but it is time for the nail. Alex Gvozdyk trains in California from Ukraine, now set to put on a show in New York. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, happy St. Patrick's Day. It is Boxing Live on ESPN, presented by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and brought to you by Geico. All bouts sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. The three judges scoring this contest: Larry Hazard Jr., Kevin Morgan, and Robin Taylor, and in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Arthur Mercante. And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant interim WBC Light Heavyweight World Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with green, official weight 174 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one, 34 victories, including 16 wins by knockout, 5 defeats and 2 draws. From Marseille, France, mesdames et messieurs, Mehdi the Artist Amar. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and silver and officially weighing in at 174 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 14 fights, 14 victories, 12 wins by knockout. Dame Gospoda from Kharkiv, Ukraine, the NABF, undefeated, Oleksandr the Nail Gvozdyk.
Let's go, champion. Let's go. Let's go.
Arthur Mercante will be the third man inside the ropes tonight. Of course, the son of a refereeing legend.
Good evening, gentlemen. We went over the rules earlier tonight. I expect a good, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you.
All right, let's get after it with the tail of the tape for Gvozdyk and Amar. And a distinct 2-inch height advantage for the athletically gifted Ukrainian. Also has 250-plus amateur fights with his pedigree. In terms of pro rounds, though, 249-60 experience edge for Amar. But keep in mind, Gvozdyk, more skilled, faster, stronger, more explosive. Round one underway. Joe Tessitore, the two-division former world champion Timothy Bradley, and award-winning author Mark Riegel. Thrilled you're with us for what is an absolutely loaded card of top-ranked boxing on ESPN from New York.
Mehdi, by the way, is 35 years old. He has one great virtue in his years as a professional. Since 2003, he's never been down.
14-year pro from France. This is his first fight in the U.S.
Well, that chin's gonna get tested tonight.
Sure,
because
it's Timmy, isn't it?
Gvozdyk got power, especially in that right hand. Gvozdyk's kind of filling him out right now. Mehdi's trying to pretty much just establish his jab. Both fighters, that's what they're doing right now.
Gvozdyk may have some pent-up frustration. He was supposed to fight Marcus Brown, the #4 contender, then withdrew from the title eliminator. Then Sullivan Barrera, he withdrew. Then Eliader Alvarez, and he withdrew. So you wind up with Mehdi Amar at number 11.
Gvozdyk places a right hand down the middle. Timmy, what is it about Gvozdyk that has him avoided?
The fact that he has that punching power and the fact that he's a master at distance. I see he likes to control with the jab, come behind that jab. Actually, Amar's jab, I'm waiting to see it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but he'll come right behind it with his right hand. He's really good. Great timing, great balance, and strong.
If I could frame that avoidance in economic terms, Gvozdyk himself says, I represent less money and more risk.
Yes.
Which is the complete opposite of what every boxing manager wants to accomplish in life. Ask Floyd Mayweather, maybe the greatest boxing manager of all time. Maximum money, very little risk.
I see Gvozdyk, he kind of paused with that jab a little bit. It's a rangefinder for him at times.
Here's that jab from Amar as Gvozdyk was going back.
Amar said he can win 80% of a possible victory for him comes from the jab.
That's true. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. The jab, the jab sets up everything pretty much. if you can establish a really good jab, I've seen guys that were able to actually out-jab man. I've seen Mayweather win a round with just throwing jabs. So yes, that's a true statement.
Good round by him.
Sure is. Steady work from the jab. Good start to what should be a sensational night of action as we get deeper. Got the world title fight, and then we got Irish Mick Conlan on St. Patrick's Day. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Mark Kriegel ringside with you at Madison Square Garden. Main event coming up after this light heavyweight bout. It'll be for the WBC 140-pound vacant title. Mark, it includes multiple layers of sensational backstories, none more conspicuous than Jose Ramirez and his family.
Ramirez's mother, Juanita, took her first plane trip this week. She's recently been granted permanent resident status in the United States. It makes some sense to me that her son is known, aside from being a fighter, as an immigrants advocate. Now, the sport of immigrants will be resolved, his championship quest. The sport of immigrants in the city of immigrants.
As much as it could be a Hollywood ending to that story, Tim, the harsh reality is what he's up against in Amir Imam. This is a guy that can clip anybody with his right hand.
Absolutely. I fought for this world championship in 2008. Amir Imam's been dreaming of this moment. He has punching power in that right hand. He's ready to go tonight, baby. He's going to fight like a possessed man.
That is coming up after this light heavyweight interim title fight between the undefeated Alex Gvozdyk and the 14-year veteran who came over here from France, Mehdi Amar.
You see Amar's pretty crafty. You see him, he's having some success, you know, with his jab, moving, finding spots and finding opportunities to land combinations. Real athletic for a big guy. A little different. Something that Gvozdyk is not used to is a guy that actually can think, a guy that can move, and that has a really good jab.
Gvozdyk is known as the hardest worker in a gym of hard workers when you consider that Lomachenko trains at the boxing laboratory in Oxnard as well when he's in the States. And Amar had just 5.5 weeks training camp. He said this was not an opportunity he could turn down. You don't turn down a title shot. I love this game.
Amar, like I said, he's looking really good right now. Using the jab, establishing that stick right there.
Good right hand to the body from Gvozdyk as he tried to place that.
Gvozdyk's every now and then second guess himself. Throws off his timing a bit. That's what jabs do.
4-punch combination from the Ukrainian.
Well, Amar is standing there. If you stand there, you're going to get hit. Got to move a little bit.
Amar back to that jab, doubling it up.
Gvozdyk is looking for an opportunity to land something big right now. That right hand right there, that's the right hand I was talking about. That normally comes behind the jab from Gvozdyk.
Really good job taking the angle there to the right in order to place that left hand to the body.
That's what makes him dangerous. Fights off angles. He just don't come straight in. He attacks from angles, and that's what makes a deadly fighter.
Tim, is that something that can be taught and honed, or is it natural to be that kind of athlete that has that vision and awareness to give the angle?
No, that's something that can be taught. It's a lost art, in my opinion, in boxing, fighting off angles like that. Most of the time you see guys come straight in, and they don't move around guys. Gvozdyk has that ability, because he was taught it.
I'll tell you what can't be taught, however. Knockout against Najib Mohammadi. Straight right hand, put him down, one-punch knockout. That's the kind of power that you either have or you don't.
That's what's been on display. Alex Gvozdyk, 14-0, 12 knockouts. As we come to the end of round 2, the start of a big night of top-ranked boxing on ESPN from MSG. Stay with us. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Well, in this sport, that is the place through the great history of the fight game, Madison Square Garden. And tonight, the WBC Junior Welterweight Championship will be on the line. It'll be the 2000th world title belt in the history of the WBC. Bernardo Osuna, always with us as our ace ringside reporter. Bernie, what do you have?
All right, in the corner of Gvozdyk, they asked him for a stiffer jab to throw the right hand down the middle and combine it with a left hook over the ear. That was a concerted effort in round number 1. I'll have something from Amar's corner for the next round.
Tim Bradley, what do you make of that strategy?
I think it's a perfect strategy. And Gvozdyk needs to get his jab working a little bit more. He's landing more combinations because of the jab. It's putting Amar in a position where he wants to be able to land that right hand. And you know what they always say, the old timers used to say all the time, finish with the hook, baby. Finish with the hook in the combination.
It's one of his trainer, Marco Contreras' favorite shots. And it ended the last fight. That hook behind the ear.
Gvozdyk kind of, he switches up the speed of his punches. You know, he'll touch you, and then he'll come with a hard shot. You know, he kind of gets you, you know, maybe defense, you know, give you defensive, and then he'll land a big shot on you. And he tries to open up.
1-2 moments ago, and then right back into the pocket is Gvozdyk.
Pay attention to those small shots he's doing. He's looking for openings. Gvozdyk.
His nickname is the Nail. That is the exact translation of his last name in Russian, Nail. Very impressive the last time we had him in a primetime fight card on ESPN. That was back when Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound elite fighters in the world, unified the 140-pound division with his knockout of Julius Ndongo. Gvozdyk was on that undercard, and he had a 6-round knockout of Craig Baker.
Amar has success when he actually moves and then fires. After Gvozdyk, you know, uses his jab. He needs to do more of that. When he sits stationary like he's doing there, he's a sitting duck. It's a target for Gvozdyk.
Gvozdyk just had a left hand to the body that was able to get just under the right elbow of Amar.
He's had a couple of them. You know, he learned his composure as a bouncer in the Bolero nightclub in his hometown in the Ukraine. He said the best punch you can use as a bouncer, left hook to the liver.
I want to get more into the psychology and the backstory of Gvozdyk with you, Mark Riegel, when we come back for round number 4, because it's fascinating to how he has grown into the man he is. Stay with us.
His jab, okay? Catch you with that little jab, block the jab, and give me the overhand right when it's coming in, okay? There for you, okay? Round 4, okay?
Pour aller. Vas-y, il te craint, il voit que tu encaisses. Mais ne prends pas de coups, ok? Et bouge la tête, je veux plus que tu saignes du nez. Hein?
Come on.
Joe, Tim, Mark Bernardo with you here at Madison Square Garden as we continue on with Alex Gvozdyk taking on Mehdi Amar. Mark Riegel, at the end of that last round, you brought up the backstory of Gvozdyk, that he was a baby-faced bouncer back in the Ukraine. There are many interesting elements of his background. He's quite guarded, but you spent a day with him in California this year.
He describes the post-Soviet life in post-Soviet Ukraine as boom or bust. His parents made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, and drank entirely too much. His mother died in 2014. In his words, killed as a result of alcohol overindulgence. I don't want to go into details. He's very guarded. By the same token, he got his father into rehab last year. He thinks
right now he's got Amar in trouble. A thudding right hand as he has Mehdi Amar backed up against the ropes. Drives down, right down with a right hand as well, and now chases him into that red corner.
That's why Amar needs to move. He's staying stationary on the ropes. He don't need to be there. It's easy for Gvozdyk to find you. You just sit on the ropes. He needs to keep moving up, pick up his feet, and trying to find angles.
Tim, 5.5 weeks, did he have enough time to prepare for a guy like Gvozdyk?
Absolutely. 5.5 weeks is plenty of time to get ready for a fight.
But does it matter how much time you have when you're dealing with the power opposite you?
And the skills.
Mehdi tries to fight back and show him a little something, keep him off him for a moment. And he eats a 1-2, and then a short turned over right hand.
It's funny, Tim, that Marco Contreras was calling for the left hook around the guard, and what he's wound up throwing, being very effective, is the right hook around the guard.
Just smart, real smart. But now you're seeing Amar. Now he's not staying outside anymore. He's trying to get inside. That's something that he said he wasn't going to do. But he's trying to find a home for some combinations, some punches right now. Trying to do something a little different.
It was a dominating start to this fourth round by the undefeated Alex Gvozdyk.
At times, Gvozdyk has a little defensive lapse, especially when he steps straight back with his hands. Those are opportunities that Amar sees, and I see it when he throws a combination, he finishes, he steps straight back, drops his hands a little bit, and Amar is able to make a pay.
Strong effort here in round number 4 by the 14-0 30-year-old light heavyweight. Let's show you that combination he just landed moments ago. Watch for the 1-2 here from the nail, and boy, oh boy, did he nail him. Stay with us, more to come from Madison Square Garden.
Mehdi, si tu veux boxer un peu les mains en bas, relâcher dans les forces, fais-le. Mais ne fais pas l'abdos. Quand tu recules, tu prends des coups, Mehdi. C'est pas ta boxe de prendre des coups en reculant. Mets des gauches. Comment tu te sens?
Mehdi, quand tu avances, la guerre, les mains en haut.
Very good, very good. Good aggressive rounds, like that. That's it. That's it. Keep working some hard punches the same way, okay? How you feel? Good. Feel good? Okay, let's go. Put your hands on. Come on. Let's go.
Let's look at what CompuBox is tallying so far in our light heavyweight fight. You see the power punches in the last round. That 1-2 was the signature, and Gvozdyk enjoyed a 24-7 connect advantage with power punches. Bernardo was listening into the corner. Bernardo, what can you tell us?
You know, Murad Aouz said, you've got to target that right eye. Use that left hook because it's closing up. But you've got to say that Dr. Anderson's doing a great job on that right eye of Gvozdyk.
A little bit of swelling above the right eye of the Ukrainian.
Murad Hadu, who's known Mar since he was 14 years old, is known in the corner as Kaiser Sose because, as Amar says, he walks with a limp and he's mean. You recall the character from The Usual Suspects.
Oh, how about that left hand digging to that belt line, Timmy?
And did you see how he angled around, how he stepped around with an angle? Good stuff by Gvozdyk. That all comes from experience. Bronze medalist, I believe, in the Olympics.
Reminder, Ramirez Imam is coming up immediately following this light heavyweight interim bout that we're watching. That is going to be something. Two guys who desperately want it. Bud Crawford had unified the 140-pound division. He's sitting ringside here tonight as the pound-for-pound elite, Terrence Bud Crawford. So it opened up the WBC championship, and Amir Imam And the undefeated American, Jose Ramirez, will go after it here. Ramirez, a sensational story that we will detail later. Pro-immigrant, proud, a champion of farm workers' rights. His mother, Juanita, recently receiving permanent resident status. He is from California. He is dynamite. A mom from upstate New York. He is determined to get this belt.
Gvozdyk still there, controlling the distance. You see, he likes to get guys on the full extension of that right hand. That's when it's deadly. He's short like that. He has little defensive laps there when he stands right in front of the guy after finishing his combination. He has to go out on the angle instead of coming straight in and just sitting right there.
Gvozdyk was one of 5 medalists on the 2012 Ukraine Olympic team, including Vasily Lomachenko. And one of the things I think that you're admiring about him is, in fact, his pedigree.
Yes, his pedigree, absolutely. You see how when he has Amar on the ropes, he pulls his hands down. Where else have you seen that? Lomachenko is one of the ones that started doing that. And you're starting to see everybody else do it now.
End of 5.
Ne laisse pas faire des séries, Mehdi. Oh, c'est dangereux sur le travailler. Ne laisse pas travailler. Mehdi, ce que tu as fait au premier, pour rester comme ça, elle était bonne la tactique.
On the outside, he's very elusive. He's got a good defense. So put him in the ropes, and that's what we want to work, okay? Don't let him out so easy when you got him.
It's round 6.
Round 6. We got to pick it a little bit more.
Get the stool, champ.
There's the great Vasily Lomachenko sitting ringside here in New York, the 2017 Fighter of the Year, who will move up in weight, go to 135 pounds, and as has been widely reported this week, fight May 12th in primetime in the big room at Madison Square Garden here on ESPN against Jorge Linares, and the boxing biz is buzzing over it.
I think it's going to be a great, exciting fight. Linares is no slouch. He's the champion. Got some fast hands. Very smart in the ring. Curious to see how Lomachenko's going to be able to deal with that. Something a little different.
Lomachenko moves on. You mentioned all the success coming off the Ukrainian Olympic teams, Mark.
Gvozdyk is one of the most devout disciples of Anatoly Lomachenko, Vasily's father.
Amar was able to land a left hook about 15 seconds ago. See, watch Gvozdyk's right hand. See how it's up in front of him instead of on the side of him? He's not protecting his chin at all. That's why that eye is swollen right now. Because he carries that hand in front of him instead of on the side of the face, like he should. Side of position.
You always hear about guys going up in weight. Gvozdyk says, and part of this is perhaps his reluctance to get opponents at light heavyweight, he'd be more willing to go down in weight to 168 pounds than he would to go up to cruiserweight. One of his sparring partners for this fight was one of the 168-pound champions, David Benavidez.
Gvozdyk got hit with a right hand just a minute ago. Like I said, he's stepping straight back. You see him step back right there, squared up. Those are opportunities for Amar to land some shots. When you have a guy squared up, there's only one way he can go, is backwards.
I'm impressed with Mehdi Amar with his sense of craft, with his belief in himself.
Very crafty.
Very confident with that craft. And now he steps into it against Gvozdyk and has some success on the inside here at the end of round number 6. A little more willing is Mehdi Amar as we come to the halfway point of this interim title fight. A reminder, coming up next, it should be a battle. Everybody in boxing says, hey, this is a pure 50-50 fight. You see Freddie Roach getting ready with Jose Ramirez, the undefeated contender. He's up against Amir Imam. Moments ago, Bernardo caught up with Imam.
Amir Imam, you had to climb your way back to a world title shot. How did that loss to Adrian Granados in 2015 prepare you for this moment?
It helped me just get stronger in the head, man, and just work even that much harder to get back to the top.
Now, when you look at what the keys to victory tonight are, how do you beat Jose Ramirez?
Just make some adjustments and fight smart. That's pretty much it. Depending on how he comes out, and make some adjustments and do what I gotta do to get the win.
What would it mean to you to become a world champion tonight?
It mean the world to me, man. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, and I'm ready to, you know, become world champion.
Ready to fulfill a dream.
He sure is. Lives down in Florida now, but he grew up just up the New York State Thruway in Albany, New York. So he has a lot of family and friends who have come down here to Madison Square Garden to see if this is the night. He has won 3 fights in a row, all by knockout, since his only loss back in November of 2015. Amir Imam is promoted by Don King. Of course, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is in the stewardship of the Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum. So here we go with a little old school of King and Arum doing it again. And coming up, we will have Mark Kriegel's sit down with King and Arum as they reveal some things that people were curious about for so many years of their bitter rivalry.
Wasn't the normal interview.
No.
2 86-year-old antagonists sitting down and wearing a wire.
And in the case of Arum and King, that may not be the only time a wire was involved in their careers.
Let's not say that.
Yeah. Well, although it gets discussed in your interview.
I did ask Arum about a potential threat on his life. King poo-pooed it. In some respect, so did Arum.
There's the tease for your feature I was referencing, Mark. And it's interesting to see Bob's reaction as he sits opposite Don King. That is coming up. The Harvard-educated Bob Arum and Don King, one of the ultimate characters that the sport has ever seen.
Amar's having some success when he let his hands go. You know, he's giving too much ground up. He's allowing Gvozdyk to control the range and push him back and move him where he wants to move him. He just needs to let his hands go. He take too many steps back. He's giving up too much ground. One step back and fire, he'll have a little bit more success.
Here's what CompuBox has it at right now for total punches, as Gvozdyk has thrown nearly 500 and landing 133 to Amar's 55. Mouthpiece came out on that last punch. There needs to be a lull in the action for Arthur Mercanti to replace it, and Gvozdyk is not giving him that. And give credit to Amar for stepping forward as well.
Break time. Go to your corner. Who's not? Come on, let's go.
And now with the break, Mercanti will get the corner to wash it and replace it. Here's how it happened.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Stiff jab.
Time in.
That happens.
Bite down on
But Amar needs to bite down on that mouthpiece.
Ooh. Good combination that time. Final 30 seconds here of round 7. Left hand came in from Amar as Gvozdyk is on the attack. Uppercut scores, and now they are trading here in the final moments of round 7.
This is a great round.
Sure is.
Gvozdyk standing straight up after this combination. Amar is firing right back at him. That's why he's having some success right now.
Good action here.
unless the referee says stop, you gotta keep working, okay? Yeah. Like when the mouth is firm, you gotta keep working. This is a better round. You gotta pick up the same action, okay?
Allez, Mehdi, vigilant. Quand tu fais la bagarre, rentre le menton. Hein. Quand tu fais la bagarre. Et j'ai des couilles, quartier nord, allez, représente. Représente la France, allez, montre-leur.
Good job. Nice work, fellas.
Give credit to that guy right there, the 35-year-old Mehdi Amar, who started boxing when he was 14, so he struggled a lot as a kid. Fought 38 times in his native France, a couple times in Germany, Luxembourg. This his U.S. debut, and it is an uphill mountain to climb against the undefeated Alex Gvozdyk. And he is staying in tough, and at the end of that 7th round, he was given some back, Mark.
When he talked to us yesterday, he told us he owns a garage in his hometown of Marseille. He also works for the city, and I couldn't help but think he doesn't need this as much as Gvozdyk, whose vocation is being a professional fighter. But he's not fighting like he doesn't need it.
He's fighting like a fighter's supposed to fight.
Very crafty in there. See him moving, trying to be elusive, trying to give different looks.
Well, I like the way that left hand was just doubled up by Gvozdyk.
Amar estimates 85 to 90% of the kids he grew up with in Marseille have done time. His father said, my son is smarter and more ambitious. And he's fighting like that.
Good point. The imprint of his background and his hometown showing up in the ring in New York.
See that tap, 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 getting them defensive, looking for the opening to land a big shot. That's exactly what Gvozdyk is doing right now. Trying to keep him busy defensively. Trying to open up something. Trying to get him to open up so he can land a sharp shot. Like that right hand he often lands on guys.
Tim, we're getting into the later rounds now. All that being said, I have to wonder if Amar has enough power to close the gap.
I don't know. I don't think he's not a big puncher. He's not a big puncher. He can still get busy, though. He's having success when he lets his hands go. Got to make guys miss and then make them pay. You see? Just like that. Make them miss and make them pay.
I think his best shot is to go to that eye.
There it is again. But it's when he sits in front of him a little bit too long. He got to change his location after he lands his combination to move his head. See, the object is, in boxing is to land punches on guys and put yourself in a position to where you can hit him and he can't hit you.
End of 8 here. Gvozdyk, WBO #1, WBC #2. Let's show you the landscape of the light heavyweight division. Sergey Kovalov has the BO belt. Adonis Stevenson, the BC belt. Beterbiev is a sensational looking fighter at only 12-0 with 12 knockouts. Gvozdyk is #4 overall at 175 pounds, according to ESPN.com. These are the current champions. What's interesting is he's fighting for an interim WBC championship tonight because of how the career of Adonis Stevenson has been managed. He'll be in action against Gvozdyk in May, and there is that eye that they've been tending to.
Well, it's the way that the WBC has managed his career. They haven't made Adonis Stevenson fight a mandatory since 2013.
That little up jab hitting that eye. Mehdi Amar targeting that right eye of Gvozdyk, Tim.
That hurts. That truly hurts. You know, that eye is swelling up. He feels it swelling up. The corner's trying to do everything to keep that eye from closing, but it does hurt when every time you get tapped on that eye. Excruciating pain every now and then. Goes through your body. Oh, I see a sense of urgency from Gvozdyk. He's trying to step it up a little bit. Starting out quick.
Well, we've reached round number 9 here. Reminder, when we finish up here, these last 4 rounds, we will get right into the WBC Junior Welterweight title fight, and it is a great one. Amir Imam against the undefeated Jose Ramirez to claim the belt. Then our special attraction on St. Patrick's Day will top the night. The undefeated 2-time Irish Olympian, Irish Mick Conlan, tries to go to 6-0. He'll be in against David Burnham. That is the rest of the night right here on ESPN. But for now, let's see how things finish up here with a game and tough Mehdi Amar against a wildly skilled and athletic Alex Gvozdyk.
If I was Amar right now, I would take the fight in the inside. You know, see, every time he throws legs, his combinations go. He's able to land over the top, come around the guard of Gvozdyk because he keeps his hands out in front.
One problem coming inside, you face Gvozdyk's right hand.
Yeah, I understand that. You do, but Gvozdyk his power is at the end of that right hand. That's where his power is. You shorten that power by pulling in and getting closer to him so he can extend on that right hand. And when you do get in, you better work. Don't sit right in front of him just like he just did.
I'm surprised I haven't heard you say Amar should go to his body.
Of course.
just want to keep you honest, pal.
Of course. Got to go down to the body. All right, Mark. Just know this, guys. If you're sitting in front of a guy, you got to understand. If he's close enough to hit you, if you don't hit him first, he's going to hit you. Just be aware of that.
Amar was working that belt line moments ago. And now an uppercut with the right hand mixed into that combination by Gvozdyk.
See, Gvozdyk, that was smart. He saw the head lean over just a little bit, and he changed his combination right in the middle of it with the uppercut. Beautiful work by Gvozdyk.
There's another 1-2 from the Ukrainian. And a combination to close out round number 9 here at MSG. Short break. Stay with us.
We got 3 more rounds. We got to throw every punch with a little bit more power, okay? Go. 3 more rounds. We got to throw one little bit more power. Yes, I know. Give me that solid jab. Set him up, okay? A little bit more power. Stop this guy. This guy's not throwing. Just throwing one punch every now and then. Don't let him steal no rounds. You got to keep that pressure. Let's go. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah.
Easy on that water. Wipe that corner.
Mehdi Amar only has 16 knockouts to his 34 wins. He's got a jab, utilizes movement. If you're thinking of hope against Gvozdyk late, Gvozdyk has only been knocked down once in his pro career. It was a flash knockdown back in July 2016 against Tommy Karpensi in the first round. Did not affect him. Obviously went on the dominant.
Watch your heads.
Gvozdyk coming around at the guard of Amar. You got a guy putting those earmuffs on. Got to hit him on the ear.
How about that number of total punches as we start round 10 here? Gvozdyk has thrown 721 total punches to this point. Let's check in with Bernardo.
And Joe, in Gvozdyk's corner, Marco Contreras says the knockout looks tough because he's so elusive, but I want Gvozdyk to go out there and throw power shots and close this fight strong.
Gvozdyk has knocked out his last 8 opponents in 14 fights. He's knocked out 12 people. Let's speak for a moment in praise of Amar's chin. That's an extraordinary streak going since 2003 without being down. And this isn't a guy, as we can see from tonight, who fights to survive. This is an ambitious fighter. He's fighting to win. I don't think he has the firepower to do it. But that's an extraordinary streak.
Very crafty. When you're crafty, you can slip, slide, keep your hands up high, move around, find ability to be able to withstand.
He's also been hit by
power.
He's been hit by a powerful guy tonight, and he stood.
Yes, he has.
He hasn't looked close to being hurt, really.
Well, one thing Gvozdyk's not doing, Mark, and you mentioned it earlier, he's not going down to that body. That's how you weaken guys. Got to go down to the body. Seen a lot of head hunting from Gvozdyk.
Just saw it with the right hand getting around the guard of Amar. A lot of head hunting. You guys have had a full week of that. How much fun did you have calling that Valdez quick fight last week in California?
Sensational fight last week.
Was it ever?
Oh, my goodness.
Was it ever?
We had the Lone Ranger and Bernardo coming in.
Folks, by the way, if you missed Valdez quick, just go to Watch ESPN, go to the app. Everything is archived when it comes to Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. That is worth an hour of your time to sit back and see what those two did to each other.
I think you saw the beginning of a real star in Oscar Valdez.
Agreed. I want to see more and more of him.
Went into surgery this week to repair a broken jaw.
Fought 7 rounds with a broken jaw. And here we head to the championship rounds for an interim belt.
Valiantly and skillfully he fought those 7 rounds.
Skillful a word that you can paint on Alex Gvozdyk. Will he have power show up against Amar, who's never been knocked down?
Okay? He's backing you up. Just take 1 step to the side and put him in the rope.
Mais c'est beau ce que tu fais. Mehdi, il nous reste 2 rounds pour faire la différence. Pour gratter un match nul. Tu as compris? C'est beau ce que tu as fait. Avec le peu de préparation. Mehdi.
Joe Tessitore, Timothy Bradley, Mark Kriegel, Bernardo Osuna with you here at Madison Square Garden. Want to remind everybody that you can use our Around the Ring feature, and you will get our audio complimenting the fight as you have 5 dedicated boxes. It's on the Watch ESPN app, and you saw right there, if you're on the Around the Ring feature that we offer on Watch ESPN or the ESPN app for every top-ranked boxing show on ESPN, you can check in on the fighters in the locker room. You saw Freddie Roach working with Jose Ramirez. They are moments away from getting into the ring against Amir Imam for the junior welterweight championship fight. That is the Around the Ring.
By the way, once this fight ends, and I am assuming a Gvozdyk win, he's going to become a big Badu Jack fan. Because he's rooting for Badu Jack to beat Adonis Stevenson because he thinks he has a better shot at fighting Badu Jack than Stevenson.
Adonis Stevenson, the WBC champion, #1 light heavyweight according to ESPN.com, scheduled to fight Jack on May 19th. Of course, Kovalev coming off of a all-too-easy, ridiculously easy win on March 3rd. He's #2 at 175 pounds. As it stands right now, Gvozdyk #4 overall, but desperate to get a title shot. This an interim belt in the BC.
He's #4 overall. Our rankings, he's #2 in the BC and #1 in the BO.
Kovalev has the WBO belts. Bernardo, what can you tell us about the eye?
Well, that Murad Adu wants his fighter, Amar, to target that eye. He says, be mean, hit him with that left hook, just like we did in the gym, and don't go backwards. Win these last 2 rounds for your honor.
Problem is he's got incoming fire at him.
Yeah, Gvozdyk, I see some defensive lapse. He gets hit. He does. He gets hit. He stands there a little bit too long. Real good with controlling distance, but you know, Amar's having success moving in every now and then by changing the angle of his punches. Instead of just coming straight in, he's coming around right there, dropping down to the body every now and then. And I see that Gvozdyk is not really comfortable to me in the inside. He's not really comfortable. You see him clinch right there.
75 more power punches landed for Gvozdyk. These CompuBox numbers are very impressive out of him tonight.
I think there's a little bit more improvement, a little bit more work to be done for Gvozdyk.
Well, that right eye seems to me to be a result of what you talked about with his position of his right hand, which is not there to catch a punch, not there to catch a left.
And he just got caught with a left hook, and I saw him step back. It might have buzzed him a little bit.
And Amar's face looks cleaner than you would expect, even with those punch stats. He has hung in tough. He has been game. There's the left hook. Championship rounds 12th when we come back.
You gotta want it. You gotta put them. Don't. You're too lazy. Okay. You gotta pick it up. Okay. You're waiting too much, and then when you're there, you don't count.
Là, Gilbert, il te soigne. Mehdi, c'est bien. Mais Mehdi, quand t'as le juge comprend.
Let it go, okay? Yes. Come on. Last round, champ. One.
Come on, get out!
Big crowd here at the Hulu Theater at MSG in Midtown Manhattan. Final round of this interim light heavyweight championship fight with Alex Gvozdyk seemingly in complete control against Mehdi Amar. And then in moments, we will have the WBC Junior welterweight title fight with Imam and Ramirez. California versus New York.
I wonder if the babyface or the erstwhile babyface bouncer in Gvozdyk should have remembered his lessons from the nightclub and gone a little bit more at that left hook to the body.
A little bit more, right?
He wasn't going to take this guy out. It doesn't seem that he would have.
Not enough body.
Yeah,
not enough body work, Mark. And this guy, like I said, he's crafty. A little slippery. See how he's moving, light on his feet, finding different angles, not allowing Gvozdyk to just, you know, do what he wants to do, what he normally does and land shots. Every now and then when he stands stationary, he'll get hit, he'll get touched.
That said, I think that this was a considerable challenge. A boxer of this caliber, a guy who proved to be this caliber. This was a test for Gvozdyk.
Not a big enough puncher, though.
Not a big enough puncher.
Agreed.
But it's a win with some merit.
Crafty.
And let me tell you, if he had some punching power, you know, we could see some chaos in this ring. Because Gvozdyk was hit with some big left hooks that would have rocked him.
So, Timmy, you say there's work to be done in the ascent of Gvozdyk.
There is work to be done.
And he hurts him for a moment there, trying to get around that guard, lands a left hook, but still all head hunting, and a bad cut now opens up thanks to a right hand, but Amar comes right back. What great action here in the middle of round 12. Amar got nailed by a right hand. It opened up a cut on his left eye, and he fired back.
A dead snake is a dangerous snake. And Gvozdyk just found out. Amar showing the heart.
And now he's taking steps forward into Gvozdyk. The undefeated 14-0 Oleksandr Gvozdyk, who's trying to close the show, but he's got a guy, a veteran, 35 years old, who's come over from France that is not willing to cooperate.
There are a lot of guys, maybe most of them, would have gone down to this type of assault from Gvozdyk.
made the comment moments ago that Amar's face didn't look the part of those punch stats. Now it does.
Is that right hook?
Right. Oh, last round.
That was a good 12th round. Gvozdyk opened up a big cut with a right hand. Amar came right back. Give them credit. 12 solid rounds. Gvozdyk seemingly controlled it on the scorecards, absolutely dominated in the punch stats, but Amar hung in. Just the beginning of what should be a big night here on ESPN. There is Vasily Lomachenko. He will soon be fighting for a lightweight world championship. As he looks on to his friend Oleksandr Gvozdyk. All right, champ, take us through what you saw tonight out of Gvozdyk and Amar.
As always, you see Amar right there. He's having success. Look at that big left hook. Ooh, nice uppercut by Gvozdyk there. Nice. You see him pulling the guard down on Amar. Had him hurt there for a moment, but Amar is tough. You know, fighting back in spots and catching Gvozdyk with some shots. Nice right hand. Here you go. Gvozdyk coming forward. You allow him to control the distance and range and extend with his punches. He's deadly.
In the final round, it was the red hand that was nearly the closer. Look at that, coming around with it as he did time and time again. This action in the 12th round. And this is when that cut opened up above the left eye of Amar. But what did Amar do? Came right back with a left hand of his own. And with that in the books, these are the CompuBox numbers that we will store away. Look no further than the power punches of Alex Gvozdyk, throwing nearly 500, landing 176. Let's find out how the judges saw it. For that, we go up to the ring to Michael Buffer.
The scorecards here at Madison Square Garden. Larry Hazard Jr. scores at 117 to 111. Kevin Morgan has it 116 to 112. And Robin Taylor scores at 118 to 110. All three scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision. And now the WBC interim champion from Ukraine, Oleksandr "The Nail" Gvozdyk.
Gvozdyk now 15-0, claims an interim belt in the WBC. And we will see if things clean themselves up when it comes to the rest of the champions at 175 pounds. Your takeaway, Tim.
Gvozdyk looked good. You know, very strong. Threw almost 1,000 punches in this fight. Good punching power, great pedigree, also great angles. But
First time
work on a little
the
defense, though. Yeah, first time going to this, but he needs to work on his defense a little bit.
Our world title fight is just moments away, and it pits legendary promoters against each other. It goes back for years. Bob Arum and Don King, like when Don King's Tito Trinidad fought Arum's golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Not appropriate. Well, he lost the last 3 rounds, that's clear.
Proselytize, we can style and profile, but the winner of the fight is Tito Trinidad. Viva Puerto Rico! Viva Puerto Rico! Viva Puerto Rico! Arriba!
Prescription does have a few side effects. You're gonna have dizziness, no